Shaktida, a senior filmmaker like you has seen a varied, phases on the Indian film industry. Now, how would you describe this, the phases that you've seen? If I can safely say, if I remember, it was Joy Mukherjee, then the Rajesh Khanna, and then Amitabh, some film.
No, I'll go back still. I'll say the era started, first generation, you forget about new theatres and Bombay talkies days. But then it started with Dilip Kumar and Raj Kapoor, Anand. They were the matinee idols at that time. And except Rajji, everybody is here. Even today they are making films, so they're making very good films. Then, of course, came the other era of then some, you can say, historicals came. And then Pradeep Kumar came. And so many people who were interested in mythologicals, like, all those people who have been working in mythologicals all day. Baiju Bawra and these people used to make, Sohrab Modi used to make all historicals. So like that age came. Then, of course, the other era came where Shammi Kapoor and you can say Manoj Kumar, Dharmendra, these people came up. After that came, Joy Mukherjee was also at that time. Then came the era of more younger generation. Rajesh Khanna, Shashi Kapoor. And from 1974 onwards, another miracle happened in film industry and Amitabh Bachchan came. And the action started. Instead of the social ones, the era of action pictures came. And even today, Amitabh is considered one of the best actors India has ever produced. And now new boys have come. They are giving more importance to the action and the dancing. The story element has practically not that important these days, but the presentation and all the other things that is liked by the audience today, they're trying to give it.
Shakti, where can I start your trend as a director? Where should I pick up the thread and say this is where?
Well, I started with some, you can say, crime film. 2, 3, 4 films which I made in the early days were based on crime-based. They were crime-based films. Then I started producing my film with Howrah Bridge. That was again a crime-based. Then Chinatown was again a crime-based. I made a social film at that time that unfortunately was not liked that much by the audience, but the critics liked it very much. That was Insan Jaguta. Then I shifted to musicals, Kashmir Ki Kali and Sawan Ki Ghata, An Evening in Paris. Then again I switched on to social movies, and that perhaps clicked more. Aradhana, Katipatang, Amar-Prem, Anurag, Amanush, like that.
Like you just said, that maybe the last phase clicked more, but then all your phases, if I remember, Howrah Bridge had the very famous song in that.
Yes, music played a very important part in my films. You'll be surprised that I was a singer in my younger days when I was in college. So I used to imitate the songs, of course, of Saigal and Ashok Kumar Dadamani. And when I came to films, I actually wanted to give playback singing. But then 2, 3 music directors, they said, your voice is not trained. I was just a bathroom singer, you can say. So they said, you have not taken any training, so you better don't come for this. Then another friend of mine, he said, if you want to become something, join the direction department. So I started a club boy and then first assistant, and then I was from UP, so I knew the language very well. That helped a lot. And initially I worked with the Bengali directors who were not conversant with Hindi that much. So I was a great help to them. And like that started.
Now, if I talk about the Shammi Kapoor phase, that era, How was it working with Shammi Kapoor, who was called a difficult star?
He was the most simplest star. I think I've worked with him about in 5-6 movies. And he was just like a child. I don't know why people sometimes used to call, but everybody used to love him. And especially in singing, I mean, he was fantastic. He was so musical. Every beat he will just give some expression, changes, which is something very, very important for any star. Actually, no dance director could give him any instruction, because they never knew what Shammi is going to do, and whatever he used to do was something fantastic. Public used to like it. I worked with him. I started with him in Singapore, which I directed for FC Mera. Then Chinatown, then Kashmir Ki Kali, then Evening in Paris. And the last picture which I made with him was Jane and Jane, but unfortunately that was a very bad period in his life. His wife had died and so many other complications somehow. Anyway, but Shammi is a wonderful person, wonderful person.
And do you still think that his, like everybody says, his one and only big point was him as a dancer? But as an actor, how would you?
Very good. If you see all my films, you'll find different shades of a good actor. And he has always come out with flying colors with all those scenes and everything.
As far as dancing is concerned, I think he did a lot of his own. You as a director, how much of a long lead did you give him for emotions as well as dancing?
Well, you see, in every film there was an element of emotion. It was not that all those pictures were just musicals. You know, we have different type of pictures. Musical, of course, yes. But then finally, the emotion and a family sort of thing is always there. And there he came out with flying colors. He did very well.
Kashmir Ki Kali also had a new girl,
Sharmila Tagore, yeah.
How and how did you think of it?
You see, it's like this. I wanted some girl who had beautiful eyes, an expressive face, and I wanted a long spell of dates. I could have taken any of the Bombay artists at that time, like Asha Parekh or Sadhna or anybody else, but nobody could give me 2 months. And so I thought, let me approach Sharmila if she is willing to work in Hindi movies or not. So she agreed, and she gave me any dates you want. And up till now, if I tell her that you act, she will not curtail the dates. She will only say, how many dates you want? All dates are yours. That was our understanding.
Yes, you did a lot of films with him. In fact, your very next one, that is Evening in Paris, was a westernized Shamila Tagore, which it had a lot on her covers. You have magazine covers in her bikini and all that.
Magazines covered them because they wanted to sell the magazines. But she was appreciated for her Aradhana. You see, right from Evening in Paris, the next picture, Aradhana, where she played a widow and an old lady of 50 years. And she did it fantastic. She got Filmfare Award also for it. And everybody remembers her for that. She did a fantastic job in Amar-Prem. So, even in Amanush also, she did very well. She had that artist in her, otherwise Satyajit Ray wouldn't have discovered her. So she had all those qualities. Only in Bombay, people want more glamour. That is why perhaps she was glamorized in every picture. But that is not the thing. She's definitely very good.
But you remember her more as a good actress than a young.
Oh yes.
Now, Shakti, your films, they always had a fresh, romantic feel to them, as well as a very emotional thread. How did you weave these things in?
I don't know, that is something, my instinct, or I just feel like that. I personally feel that there must be something about emotion. Emotion is something which holds. You know, you dance, you go to any club or anywhere, you dance and come out. Again, you come home, where maybe you have a mother, you have a father, you have a brother, and the emotional ties are there. So whatever you do outside, But finally you have to come to a emotional sort of thing. And I personally feel that emotion is a very, very important part in our film industry, Indian film.
And how would you feel about films today that...
Well, some of the pictures are very good. I don't say that every picture is an action picture. Even in some of the action pictures, there's an element of emotion. Well, it all depends upon what type of emotion they have taken for that particular story. Well, it all depends upon the maker.
Shakti, another important thing of your films was that all your films had a different kind of a storyline. There was not really any similarity to them. How much attention did you pay? How did you get your ideas?
Well, actually 80% of the stories are conceived by me. I get the writers to write them. So I go on telling them, this is what I want, this is what I want, this scene I don't like, I want it to be molded like this or to be written like this, like that.
And of all the babies that you've made so far, which one did you like the best?
Well, it's very difficult, but I like Amanush, Amar-Prem, Anurag. Of course, these three are my best films according to me. You see, Amanush was something which was very difficult to make, because I read the book. It was a Bengali novel, Naya Basat. I read the book, I liked the characterization, I liked the background. So I called the writer. I said, I like the characterization, I don't like the complete movement of the stories, that will change afterwards. But definitely, I would like to go and see the location, whether it is just your imagination or such type of location is actually there. So he said, yes, I have got to a location and I have written the novel there only. So that place, you know, there was no road or anything. We hired a steamer that was in Sundarban, and we went for about 10-12 hours on the steamer and reached a place. It was nothing, absolutely most third-class place. I said, this is the place. He said, yes, this is the place. Anyway,